Good hair, no socks, and me. My last year on the block before foster care came for me. 12 was my last year on the block before foster care came for me. My last year staring out the window through rusted bars, watching the 6 train rattle past every 6 to 8 minutes like clockwork. My last year in that narrow room beneath the roof where the ceiling held but the rooftop shook. Cops sprinting across it like they were chasing ghosts, the thuds and shouts dropping down through the walls like they lived with us. The walls bloomed with the dusty footprints of me and my sisters, swinging our legs off the edge of the bed, brushing our bare feet against the paint like it was a game we didn't know we were playing. Where old magazine posters curled at the corners, KRS One, LL Cool J, Biz Markie, Whitney, Michael, and the Manhattans watching me like saints taped to the paint. We had no dresser, no TV, no radio, just a twin-sized trundle bed and a window that faced the street. My mom stuffed a sheet into the sill to block the sun. From outside, it looked like someone waving a ragged white flag, like surrender. But I hadn't given up. I was just waiting. We lived 1 floor beneath the roof in a narrow hallway with apartments lined up like shoeboxes stacked sideways. Every window on every floor had bars, bricks pressed tight between buildings, and if you knew how to move, you could cut through by sprinting across rooftops, slipping down fire escapes, dipping into basements, ducking behind alleys. This was evergreen, and this was my home. My mother had just had another baby, Sky, an infant, and while she was new to the world, I was already an old soul by then. I had raised 2 of my sisters already, Armani and Eve. I knew how to make bottles, burp a baby, wash diapers by hand, and dry them on the radiator. We didn't use store-bought diapers. That was luxury. You made do. Naomi was the second oldest. She had what folks called the good hair. But it wasn't just that. She had the mouth to match. Loud, quick-witted, no-filter funny. A class clown with the confidence to make boys laugh and girls jealous. She was popular, playful, the one people follow without question. Armani was quiet. Eve raised HE double hockey sticks just for sport. I loved them all, but I carried the weight. I was the one who knew how to survive, how to keep the babies quiet while mommy ran the streets. Still, outside was alive. Men sat on crates arguing over dice and dominoes, drinking 40s in paper bags. Most of them used to work in the factories, jobs stripped away after the civil rights movement when tariffs vanished and black men got pushed out. No job meant no check, and no man in the house meant your wife could apply for benefits. So a lot of those men had to leave just so their kids could eat. 3 bodegas stood on the corners except for the one that had the Chinese restaurant and the cleaners. Further up the block, Margarita's furniture sold secondhand pieces. I never stepped inside, but I watched what happened out front like it was Broadway. Old Hispanic men played music on anything, a jar of rice, pots, pans, end tables. They moved like water, smooth, sharp, full of rhythm. Those old men danced circles around the young bucks, and that's just facts. Then there was 1184. The building where everything happened. Radios pressed against window bars, volume turned all the way up, synchronized to the same station. Summer felt like a block party, dance battles, rap battles, yo mama battles, jokes like yo mama's so old her social security number is 1. We laughed until our cheeks hurt. And me, I watched from the window, every day, waiting for mommy to come home, as if staring hard enough would make her appear. Sometimes it worked. Most times, it didn't. But I kept watching. We didn't have money for video games. The streets were our arcade. Hydrants cracked open in summer. Kids ran barefoot through the spray. We played kick the can, double dutch, steal the bacon, 7-Eleven, spin the bottle. On quiet nights, I would sneak out after Naomi came home and lay on the hood of a parked car, counting stars and replaying the day in my head. That's when I saw him.
The kid with no socks. He wasn't like anyone I had seen before. Same complexion as me, but speaking Spanish. He had on hard-bottom shoes, no socks. That alone was enough to set the block off. Naomi went in on him. She teased him for how he said tree instead of three, laughed at his sandals, joked about his ankles. Kids joined in. He didn't talk much, mostly just stood there, trying to keep up. His English was broken, but I watched his eyes. Kind, open, embarrassed. He didn't talk back, but he wanted to. I could feel it. That boy glowed, skin like warm honey, hair thick and loose, lips full. But it was his smile, wide and real, and those coppery eyes that got me. There was something about him that felt soft in a world that was anything but. I didn't know his name yet, but I knew what he felt like. My second crush. My first had been murdered, just a kid in the wrong place at the wrong time. I wasn't ready to unpack that, not yet. But this boy felt like possibility. I remembered how kids used to tease me, how I stuttered so bad I couldn't say my name without swallowing it first. I had anxiety before I even knew what to call it, so I understood what it meant to feel like an outsider. He came around every day, always handing out candy, trying to make friends. It worked. Kids started loving him for it. One day I found a pair of socks stuffed in the back of the closet, washed them in the sink, hung them on the radiator, ironed them with a towel to make them look fresh. Every day the block clowned him for the sock situation, and Naomi never let up. I had to do something. So I strapped baby Sky in the stroller, hid the socks in the back, and rolled her down the steps like I had done 100 times before. Armani on one side, Eve on the other. When we crossed the street, there he was, holding court with a pocket full of now and laters and jellyfish. I walked up with my sisters, flanking me like security. "Hey," I said, trying to sound casual, "wear these when you come outside tomorrow. You got sneakers?" He looked down at his shoes, then up at me, smiled. "Yeah, I do. Thank you." I handed him the socks and added, "It's just so they'll stop teasing you." He grinned like I gave him a gold chain. "You want candy? I have plenty." I nodded, trying to play it cool, even though I was cheesing so hard I probably looked ridiculous. He dropped some jellyfish into my palm. "You live around here?" I already knew the answer. "Yeah, 1184, he said, carefully pronouncing each number. "What's your name?" "William." "What's your name?" I smiled. "Nadira." "Where you from? Like where you really from?" He paused. "Santo Domingo is island. Very nice." "Where's that?" He laughed. "I don't know. Far, but nice." Sometimes I had to ask him the same question twice. His English wasn't all the way there, but it didn't matter. We understood each other. After that, we were friends. Not hang out alone friends. I always had my sisters with me. Couldn't go nowhere without them. But he didn't mind. He liked them too. Soon everyone on the block knew William. He was the candy kid, the food kid, the money kid. He wasn't buying forgiveness. He was buying friendship. Even Naomi's. She liked him now. Everyone did. I watched all of it from my window. But I knew something no one else did. He liked me, too. And on New Year's Eve, I would finally learn exactly how he felt. The bottle, the choice, and the clock. Mommy told us, be home before midnight. New Year's is for grown folks. That was the rule, the one time she played parent for the holidays. Naomi and I promised we would be home. She went to her friend Lucito's house. I went to pick up William. Lucito's place was lit up with music, food, liquor everywhere. Lucito was already tipsy, doing too much. He was loud, funny, and crushing on William same as me. It was the first time I noticed that. William stuck close to me. We stayed in the living room, laughing, watching everyone dance. Then someone pulled out a bottle. Spin the bottle. William spun first. The bottle pointed right between me and Naomi. He had to choose.
I was hoping he would choose me. My friend Monica had taught Naomi and me how to kiss when I was 10 and she was 9, so we were ready. Lucito shouted, "Come on, just pick already." William looked at me, then at Naomi, then back at me.